So the question is, would there be an opportunity or a vehicle whereby some of these men could attempt to educate other doctors about Obamacare's implementation, how we can nullify it at the state level?
You know, in my experience, there are a lot of doctors who believe very differently than I believe, and that great deals. I mean, when the Supreme Court made its decision in June, we had doctors in my hometown who stated to the paper that medical care was a right and not a privilege. I know that's wrong. Okay? They obviously don't know that's wrong because they obviously have never, maybe they didn't read the Constitution, maybe they never took civics, I don't know. Maybe they don't understand this. But and in 2008, the group of doctors in a county in western North Carolina took out a huge ad in the newspaper in which they endorsed Obamacare and said they were all for it. I believe that there are physicians who are obviously entitled to make their own decisions about what they do with their lives, how they practice medicine, and if they want to comply, that's good luck to them.
And this is the thing about our founders. If all you people vote today that I should be shot, that's a democracy. Republic is we all vote before we came in here, we don't kill anybody. So because if 100 doctors want to say it's great or whatever, it's still taking money, plunder from somebody else, their private property. See, we're missing the whole concept now of, I know when people say I'm very simplistic, I've had this debate with a lot of doctors and other people too, I'm just so simplistic. But you don't have the right to take from me or tell me what to do. You don't. But we have, 120 years of progressive jurisprudence to say so. They love the word stare decisis. That means you're not going to change what's in the line. Really? Well, you changed the very first thing, but now you change it the bad way. Now it's so stare decisis. Now it's some Latin word that makes it all fancy. As a pro-life guy, I love the word fetus. What's fetus mean? A baby to the age of 18. In fact, in Roman law, a kid was not even your kid until you had a ceremony and you adopted them. You could adopt a stranger that has the same rights, it would have the rights of your inheritance over your child that you've born if they would have not had that ceremony. So these words play games on us. It goes back to knowledge again. They want to keep us dumbed down, so we are just sheeple voting this left-right paradigm all the time. So I don't know, when the doctors realize when they really are losing their freedom to practice medicine, because I didn't come out this because I was a doctor. I didn't get involved because I was a doctor that Obamacare came in. I got involved because I'm a patient. I happen to have a kidney disease that I will need a transplant in the future. Well, now I'll be 65. I'm done. And in the plan, it's 15 to 45. And that's where the money's going to go. This is better for the collective. But you have a whole generation now, generation after generation. I'm going to become preachy here. But where's the most unsafe place in America today? That kills 1 million people a year at hospitals. I have one even more than that. The womb. Okay, now you got a generation where 1 out of 4 didn't make it. In charge of the dollars to the generation that allowed that to happen. And I don't care if you're a believer, I don't care about that, just the sanctity of life. Plato believed gods, again, Plato just believed that God, there were gods, but they were multiple, but not divine. Hippocratic followed the guy, I always pronounce the guy's name, the Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean, Dionysus was the guy who actually thought of that, was he believed that all men were made in God's plural image. So there was a perspective of humanity was special versus the other animals. Plato didn't, and we don't today. So that's why it's so crucial to understand where life begins. And that's why I use Peter Singer a lot, because since he believes life begins at conception, but believes life has no value, I love using that. All right? So now we've got to get back to all these little things again. If a government infringes on inalienable rights, we are bound not to listen. Doesn't mean you vote and go to war. We're fortunate enough our founders did that. We have to have the wherewithal to fight within the structure of the rule of law. If we do that, we can't change. I do believe we're in that state of ridicule and fighting. I think we're in that middle right now. But at the end of the day, liberty's going to win.
We hope.
It's going to win.
I just, I can't wait. If God forbid it really goes through and goes to its completion, it's going to be very interesting to talk to the physicians I know who are in favor at this point. I mean, there are consequences to voting. as you know. And they are going to reap the consequences of decisions that they've been making over the last few years.
I want to jump on this again. This is, you said this in your talk. And they exempted themselves. Their pension's exempt. Has your pension went up the last X years? They exempt themselves, and we keep voting them in office.
They think they are the new elite.